Every day is a new battlefield day when it comes to cybersecurity, whether it's national security, business security, or just everyday ransomware or data breaches. We live in a society and a time where internet access becomes the major threat by which enemies, both foreign and domestic, exploit to hurt you, your loved ones, and those who you care about most, the nation, and the business that you work for. The Department of Homeland Security indicated in its report that after 2021, $6 trillion would be stolen by cybercrime operations and would continually increase with every year after that date. The DHS also stated that something similar of a cyber attack on the United States would occur that would dwarf 9/11 in 2001. In this brief video, I will provide an example and ample evidence to prove why you are just as important in the cybersecurity atmosphere as I, an IT professional, and those like me. For one, Fortinet indicates, based on chief information security officers across the United States, indicated that there are two primary means of attack that are affecting businesses, national security, and everyday citizens on a regular basis. The first attack is malware, which is a type of Trojan horse or virus or a worm. What it does is that it damages, takes, or exploits, or otherwise causes harm to an individual computer or a server and leaves damage over time, essentially compromising information. The other, but more pressing source of evidence, which is 41% of attacks on a regular basis, is that of ransomware, which is essentially a nefarious force taking and exploiting security of a computer or server, holding it ransom for an undescribed amount of money, and then only relinquish it if they decide to relinquish it, if you pay the ransom for it. Why does this matter to you? Why are you important in this scenario? For one, it's observing whether or not a phishing attack, emails, phone calls can be identified so that you can have that proper response. This is not just protecting you, it's protecting your loved ones, your children, your family. On social media, anybody can find personal information like Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok. National security threats of that magnitude are constant, but they're also constant in the private business area and in your private lives. Identifying these things are very important. Why does this matter in general? Because ultimately, you can be held liable. You could be held responsible for these types of attacks, especially if you sign an agreement with a business or with an entity that provides services or you utilize their services. So understanding that utilizing the services that they do provide and the resources if you have to do research is very important so that you're not inviting malware or ransomware or other attacks or means of attacks to be exploited. Understand that this is a constant everyday battlefield that we are all fighting. An IT professional like me knows the ins and outs, but you are the first line of defense. Between the computer and the seat, you are that first line of defense. You're the one that determines whether or not an attack even happens, because IT professionals like me only pick up the pieces afterwards. It's not just the finances. It's not just the business security. It's about your safety, your loved one's safety, the business's security, keeping your job, and keeping the nation safe. Thank you.